What's up everyone, Electronic Search here, back in another video. And yeah, you read the title right. I actually have a dimension now, as you can see here on the right. And in this video, we're going to be plugging it in and testing it to see if it actually works, which I hope it does. Now, as you can see, I'm in the basement. Sorry for the mess, because I still only finished my Dish Network stuff, which all the boxes are still there. But yeah. So, a couple of notes. Probably should turn the camera around here so that way you could actually see the thing. So, a couple of notes. We drove by. I saw this thing out on the curb and instantly had to turn back around and get it. I immediately snatched it. But yeah, it was just on the curb and it was just sitting there, so I grabbed it. And it looked complete because the GPU and all of that stuff is all intact. As you can see, there's the rear I/O. I am recording with the tripod right now, so you could see there's a GPU in there, which is some kind of NVIDIA card, because I opened this thing up. Yes, this has the little like bookshelf style opening up thing. There's a sound card in there, as well as whatever that port is. And for the actual I/O, there's just, I'm pretty sure that's serial, if I remember correctly. Another serial port. Wait, no, that's a parallel port. That's a serial port. And then PS2 ports for your keyboard and mouse. Not the actual PS2, like the PlayStation 2. But that was like a connector before USB was standardized for use with keyboards and mouse and mice. And speaking of USB, there's actually two USB 1.0 or 1.1, I'm guessing, right underneath that. And then, of course, all those cards. So in total, I'm pretty sure there's just some kind of NVIDIA GPU, sound card, maybe a sound blaster, I'm not sure, dial-up, I'm guessing, phone line, all that stuff, empty slot, and then you have your Ethernet networking at the very bottom, as you could see. I'll show around when I'm actually done powering this thing up, and then just a power supply, CPU right there. Turning it back around, it's a pretty heavy machine too. Maybe weighs like, I don't know, like 15-20 pounds, maybe something like that. There's a CD-ROM drive, maybe a CDRW drive, I'm not sure. 3.5-inch floppy, and down here there's two, I mean, you can't see, I'll show you at the very end of the video once I'm done powering this up, because I have not tested this yet. It has an Intel Pentium 4 in it, which my Sony Vaio has a Pentium 4 with hyper-threading, so I'm not sure if this is a weaker Pentium 4 or not, like a 2.60 gigahertz, or I think the one in my Vaio is I can't remember the exact number. I think it was 3.50 gigahertz, but it's a single core because it's a Pentium 4 with hyper-threading. And then it came with Windows XP. And yes, I opened this thing up, and it does have its original drive in there. I will go ahead and open it up real quick, just in case no one has seen the inside of a Dell Dimension before. Oh, by the way, the model of this, I completely forgot. This is a Dimension 4300, I think. 4300, yeah. And let's go and open it up here. I had to watch a YouTube tutorial in order to open this thing up at the first time, because originally I thought it was just this, but apparently there's still another clip at the very bottom. And here we go. This might be a little bit harder to do since it's on carpet. Wow, before I had it on a table. But you can see what it looks like in there. Has an ID hard drive in there from the previous owners. There's the card. Here's the motherboard, which has a single stick of RAM in it, and the other one looks unclipped. And basically nothing else. Again, I will show around a little more at the very end of the video. Also, there's a date on the power supply from the 18th of October from 2001. And on the IDE cable over there, it said September 2001, so yeah. I'm really excited to power this thing up. Really hope it works too, because I actually have and E773C, which is basically matching to this thing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But I have a monitor over here that I'm gonna use for testing. So let me go ahead and plug in, make sure this is in frame here. Plug in the power cord, which is just the standard power cord that's been around since who knows when. No integrated graphics too, so yeah. Plug in the VGA here. Alright, might as well just go and tighten those up. And then this Dell monitor is equipped, this Ultra Sharp is equipped with a soundbar for my 2005 Ultra Sharp, so might as well plug that into the sound card so that way you could hear that wonderful startup sound. And then USB from the keyboard. And then I brought a wireless mouse over here, so we'll grab the wireless receiver from that right here. And plug that straight into the I/O as well. Into the rear I/O. Oh, that wasn't in frame. You can see how that's all set up. Alright, here it is. So, lower that down a little bit. And time to power it up. Here we go. I don't know if it's instantly going to spring into life or not, but here we go. Oh, almost forgot to turn on. Oh wait, the monitor is powered by the extension cord. Alright, here's the power up. No lights. Okay, so I do have to click the power button. Thought maybe it would auto start because some Dells usually auto start. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, instantly boots in. Yeah, no issue. Windows XP. Oh, almost fell. Windows XP. Oh, system battery voltage is low. There was a CMOS battery in there, so... I mean, I'm guessing this thing probably wasn't used for who knows how long. Probably more than 10 years. Alright, pressing F1 to continue. Windows XP. Please. I clicked F1. Also, this thing is noisy. I clicked F1. The keyboard is properly detected. Is the F1 battery? Alright, let's see if I could try to get into the BIOS. Huh. Weird. That's weird, because... this keyboard might be glitching out. Ah yes, lovely broken electronics smell that all these old products give off. Trying to plug it into the front I/O here. I'm not used to this kind of setup here, where Dell decided to use this kind of style. I don't even know, how do I plug that in? I can't. Am I plugging that in the right way? Is the camera? I don't know how to use this I/O on the front. There's no way the USB is upside down, right? Oh my god, it is. Why would they put the USB ports upside down? Oh my god. Alright. Let's try this again. That might have just been a keyboard issue. Clicking F1 in 3, 2, 1. Windows XP. Please be Windows 8. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh boy. Right back into the old days when I wasn't even born. Oh, wow. Please have the chime. Oh, there's no startup chime. I don't know, that might be something wrong with that soundbar, maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, so there are obviously old owners data on here, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. Let's see if there's a password on there. I'm not even sure if this wireless mouse will even work. It's also not responding. Plug it into the front I/O as well. Let's see. Alright. Just plug the mouse into the front I/O. Huh, it's not working. Weird. It might be because I'm using a wireless mouse. That might be why. Maybe it's like not compatible. So I don't think I have any wired mouse. Oh wait, no, I do. It's on the other side of the basement. Give me a second. Yep, I was able to find this wired HP USB mouse. So we'll give this a try. Wireless might not end up working. I don't know why I decided to bring a wireless mouse down here. Also, it's really difficult to get that transceiver out because the plastic is basically right up against it. Alright, got it out. I'm so happy this thing is still running XP, even though I'm probably gonna end up putting my own drive in here. Alright, yep, we got mouse power. Yep, there we go. Now the mouse works. So yeah, I guess it's just something. No way, is there a floppy in here? No, I don't know why the indicator just lit up. Oh wow, that's so old school sounding. Wow. Well, let's see if there's a password on here. Nope, there isn't. Let's check out the specs of this thing. Also see... Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so that's when the startup sound plays. I haven't used Windows XP much. That's why. And we're on the desktop. Alright, let's see. Let me see if I could try to get into the system properties real quick. Where, oh wow, this is OEM too. Dell Solution Center. That's crazy. Where was it? Runtime error. Where was it? I can't remember. I'm more of a Windows 7 person. I'm guessing my computer and then you right click then properties. That's probably not the way to do it. There's probably more Windows XP users out there than me who actually know how to use it. How to use Windows XP. I've only really used it in the VM. My VIO doesn't really run XP. Let that good old, what's it called? What was that format called? Oh, IDE hard drive. Gotta let it load. Alright, let's see. Where's my computer? Oh, this is my computer. Watch me struggle to use Windows XP. Tools. Help. About Windows. There we go. Alright. Microsoft Windows. Version 5.1. And then this is Home Edition. Where's the Dell logo? Is that not displayed in this menu? Also, I probably should zoom into the screen. Although I also want to show off the computer. So, I don't know. Let's see task manager here real quick. Alright, so how much gigs of RAM? I think that's 3 gigabytes. I might be, oh, not this Norton stuff on here. Please don't use Norton. Total, I can't read that stuff right now. Okay, so, hold on. Let me figure this out real quick. I have to ask 3.0, he wasn't able to join the call, so. Alright. Yeah, I don't know how exactly to get to, what's it called? To the... Where's the About Windows? Why am I having such a hard time trying to browse Windows XP? I guess I have to tour Windows XP. Where is that? Oh, it's right here. Okay, I don't even think anyone went through this setup. Or does it automatically come up with that screen? Okay, there's some kind of runtime thing. I don't know what that is. I really cannot understand. There's probably so much people in the comment section right now telling me how to use Windows XP right now. I have no idea. I can't figure this out. I've never tried to get to the properties window in Windows XP. That's why. Is there... I don't even think there is... What's it called? I don't even think there is a properties... what's it called? I don't know how to explain it. Like, the About Windows thing that I was just in is the... What's it called? Okay, let's see if this Windows is activated. Okay, it takes me in Internet Explorer. Alright, hold on. About Windows. Okay, so there's that. I don't know if there's any other way to get that, because I remember the OEM page. Could it possibly be for the wallpaper settings? Maybe? Let's let it load. Also, I wonder if there's QuickTime, Epson says printers and stuff. Is there any Windows Messenger? No, I don't think there's anything for the NVIDIA card in here. I think it's in the settings. No, this is display properties. Okay. So it's an NVIDIA GeForce MX with TV out. TV out with what? Also, the screen resolution is not set properly. I'll just leave that at 600. 800 by 600 for now, though. The unknown gaming PC that I have also has, what's it called? A GeForce 2 MX, I think, but it's a slimmer version with a fan on it. But it's also like the 3, like before PCIe graphics cards, basically. Screensaver. Yeah, so I don't know how. Let me see the other. Could there be something else? What's this Dell Solution Center? I'm genuinely curious. Let's see. Did that hard drive indicator go? Oh. Oh wow, it still loads. Okay, so it's just a file that opens in the web browser, basically. Help and support. Oh wow, it has the Windows clicks to it. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let me try this way. I'm pretty sure it's gonna bring up the same. Okay, there we go. This is what I need. Alright. This is exactly what I was trying to look for. Alright. So, Alright, we got a Pentium 4, 1.40 gigahertz. Okay, so no, it is not anywhere near what I thought it was going to be. Okay, so it is definitely way weaker than than the VIO that I have, which I think again has 3.50 gigahertz with hyperthreading, a Pentium 4. So yeah, and then 256 gigabytes of RAM. That's the computer name, and that's just hardware, remote. And yeah, here's this Dell Solution Center thing. I clicked that help and support and it only opened up this right here. See if there's anything else on that other user account related to this computer. Where's the log off? Oh wow, there's a ton of stuff on here. There's tons of stuff. I was not expecting that much stuff on here. Alright, log off. There's the shutdown sound. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see what this account's about. Okay, yeah, there is a password on there. Okay, well then there's nothing I can do about that. Turn off family. What's that? Oh, I wonder if this grandkids account is set up for what's it called? I think Windows XP has this like, well, I'm pretty sure every single version of Windows does, but this whole like family setup thing where like you can make like children's profiles for user counts on the computer. I think that's how that stuff works as well. Well, let me shut this thing down. How do I shut it down? Or is family the computer name? I guess family's the computer name. Alright, let's shut it down. Just peacefully wait. I don't know, the fan does kind of sound rough. It's really like, I don't know how to explain the sound. I'm pretty sure you could hear it. As well as you could probably deeply hear that hard drive working away. Because I can all the way from here. And there it goes. Alright, let me take the camera off the tripod. And we could finally get to experience things much closer up. So there's the front I/O that I had all that stuff plugged in. And yeah, it does really have that broken electronics smell. Now, when I say broken electronics smell, I've always said it when I smell that sound. It basically sounds, it basically smells like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like burnt metal type of thing. I don't know what exactly causes the sound. It's also like when you snap like a motherboard in half, it kind of smells like that, like those toxic fumes and stuff. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that, or how to like say it, but that's kind of what it smells like. A lot of stuff that gets usually smells like that as well. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely be coming out with a future video on this thing. I'm gonna see if I could try to get an IDE to SATA adapter and then put my own copy of Windows XP on it and maybe some old games and give it some use, because this thing actually has a GPU unlike my VIO, which I accidentally fried the GPU in because I decided to put a AMD Athlon 2, I think, from this 4 parts HP. I used to have that, but I got rid of it. It was only 4 parts. The BIOS was dead. The BIOS was cooked. I think the entire board was cooked. There wasn't even RAM in the thing when I got it. But I got that CPU, and I put the CPU, the lid side up, facing down on the motherboard, contact pins on the top of the GPU. And the computer shut down. And when I turned it back on, you had these 3 beeps or something. And yeah, I fried the GPU. So rest in peace, ATI. I don't know. It was something. I still have it, but I fried the entire card. So yeah, my VIO has no GPU. It's only running off integrated graphics, but I'm really glad this thing worked. I mean, to be honest, I was expecting it to work perfectly fine. Why wouldn't it? It's an old computer. It's not made with all that stupid cheap stuff that HP makes nowadays or whatever, where the hinge breaks like the day after you buy the thing. The laptop or whatever. I mean, this thing has like layers of plastic on it. But yeah, I really wanted a Dimension at some point, and I finally have it. It was just there free on the curb. So yeah, can't wait to use my matching E77-3C monitor with this thing. Get a drive in there. Maybe I could see if I can try to see if there's a recovery partition for OEM on there. Because if that thing has OEM on the hard drive still, unless you need the recovery disk, because some computers also use those, then that'd be perfect. I could just put OEM Dell Dimension for the 4300 Windows XP Home Edition on it, and just live the dream. How much years? Like 24 years later after this thing was released? Because there's some dates on there that showed the thing from 2021. It was probably sold at like early 2002 or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's not even that hot. Let's see. Let me try to open it up again. Oh, I have to turn it around. Alright, and I'm back. So, now we could go ahead and take a look more at the system. So, here's the NVIDIA card. Now, I thought it was going to be an ATI card originally, but when I first got the thing, I looked underneath here when I first figured out how to open it up. And I'm not sure if I could try to show this here. No, the exact cable is in the way, but there's a chip on there that says NVIDIA on it, so that's how I knew it was NVIDIA. And then I'm not sure what that says on there, but that's the sound card. And then Ethernet's down there. And then chipset. The single stick of DDR is just DDR. That's before DDR5 and 2 and 3 and all that, 4 and all that other stuff. And yeah, what's called these Dells. Ooh, so this is actually removable. Oh wow. Okay, that was barely even on there with any force. Wow, that's ridiculously easy to remove. Now yeah, that's kind of dusty. I'll probably have to grab this outside. Okay, so let me just put this aside carefully. Probably should have unplugged the thing, but okay, that was not carefully. Some dust probably flew out. There we go. We could get a better look at the board. And it's not even that hot. So that's always good for a Pentium 4 machine. There's the power supply. Oh, it's an OEM Dell power supply. Wow, so it's still going. Doesn't seem like it's been replaced because it still has the original date on it and OEM. So yeah, and this thing isn't even that dirty. Also, the warranty seal's still good. What's called, this thing wasn't even that dirty when I got it, so it's clearly been in a clean home and not in a smoker's home or anything like that, because the casing barely even had any marks. Also, what's called, there's a skid mark on the side of the thing, so that's a Dink Pods reference, which is pretty funny. I'm probably just not gonna wipe off that skid mark and just leave it on there for fun. But yeah, there's the hard drive bay, which this thing actually seems to support 2 of them, which is pretty cool. And there's that top one. I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's a 80 gigabyte, 40 gigabyte Seagate drive, maybe. Oh, yep, yeah, it is a Seagate. Look at that. I can't remove it, though, because these cables are in the way. Yep, wow, 80 gigabytes, Seagate Barracuda, 72,000.7 Barracuda. Wow, this literally looks like the exact same drive that's in my Unknown Gaming Series PC. Interesting. Also, there's more of that broken electronics smell for some reason. It's probably because of these fans. Maybe it's because of the smell. You can see this thing's definitely been used for a long time. My guess it was bought in 2002, used up until 2010, 2012 at most, because that's Windows XP and the support. And probably lived in a shed, or no, not even a shed, because it wouldn't be this clean if it would have been a shed. Definitely in an attic or a basement. And then another 10 years later, they just throw it out on the curb. And I picked it up. Thank God I spotted this thing on the side of the road, bro. If I wouldn't have turned around, if I wouldn't have turned my head around, I wouldn't have spotted this thing. Because I turned my head around, and I saw that side of the machine next to the bin, alongside a bunch of other pile of trash that was right next to it. And I was like, hold on a second, I recognize that. That's the Dell Optiplex and the GX series design. So again, we instantly turned back around, and then I instantly snatched this thing. And then in the car, I actually figured out it was actually a Dimension. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, really thankful for this thing again. Let me try to get this cooler back on there in one piece. Hopefully all this dust does not fly out. I might actually take this cooler outside real quick and just, I don't know, maybe blow at it. Also, there's the codes on that, if anyone cares. Maybe that could pinpoint the exact MFG date of this computer. This thing also went on a several-mile trip, because I found it basically at the very beginning. And then like 10 miles later, when I got home, I got it pulled out. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited for this thing. I'm really happy it works. I'm not surprised it doesn't work. But, yeah, this thing is excellent. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up a little bit more. Obviously, blow out all that dust. And see when I could get a proper drive in there. Maybe I'll just make myself a new user account on that and just use it as a temporary drive before I can get a good one, like a SATA one or whatever, because ID hard drives are basically rare at this point. Well, maybe not. Well, not brand new ones probably, but like used ones. Then yeah, obviously eBay's probably filled with them. But yeah, that wraps up for the video. Still have yet to make a thumbnail, but that's that. Thanks for watching. See you guys later, and goodbye. I'm really happy with this thing. This is also a really long video. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later, and goodbye.